Scramble.
There's a moment in Steven Spielberg's film Artificial Intelligence that's been replaying again and again in my mind. A stadium of humans watch as robots get dragged to an altar, one by one getting brutally killed. The crowd cheers at the spectacle until David, a robot resembling a young child, is brought to the stage. At the sight of a child robot being primed for execution, the humans rebel, saving David from a molten fate. This moment seems hopeful. Yes, humans may be innately cruel, but there is a line we do not cross. We don't enjoy watching children die. But there's a popular series that makes the opposite claim. Enter the book-turned-franchise, The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games follows Katniss, a teen from one of the oppressed districts who is forced to compete in a child death match for the enjoyment of the capital. The capital doesn't rebel against the games, but watches them with glee, turning a child slaughter into a consumerist spectacle. To the capital citizens, no moral lines are crossed. So, between AI and the Hunger Games, one wonders which story better reflects our reality. If our society were shown a child death match, would we enjoy it like the Capitol does? Or would we rebel like AI Stadium did?
Sometimes it was honestly a little hard for me to believe that people could honestly find so much enjoyment in watching children fight to the death. I just feel like that was a little far-fetched. I just can't imagine anyone just watching that and thinking, yes, this is awesome stuff.
Well, our answer to this question really is right in front of us. No delves into psychology nor history required. Because there was a televised child death match, it did receive millions of dollars in funding, and it has become an iconic consumerist spectacle. That child death match was the franchise itself, The Hunger Games. Now, let me explain. It would be too obvious to even state that the entire draw of The Hunger Games is The Hunger Games itself. There's a reason that so many people say the movie is boring until the games begin. That is what people watch it for. Not the District 12 melodrama nor the Capitol Revolution, but the child deathmatch. The deathmatch is what sold the series, captivated audiences, and created sequels. It's what is advertised on the synopsis of the book and previewed in the trailer for the movie. People watched The Hunger Games for The Hunger Games. And this promise of a child deathmatch that attracted audiences is exactly what kept them in place. As soon as the games begin, all of the social commentary turns to spectacle. The fight scenes play out as if they were from any action movie, the drama as if from any thriller, and the romance as if from any rom-com. The audience cheers for Katniss, watching in suspense and excitement as she brawls and kills the other kids. The antagonists, career tributes, are presented just like any henchmen to be overcome and killed. The deaths are presented in stylized ways, something even more salient in the latest prequel film. Look at these swings and misses, these dodges, this action. These are fight scenes, not murders. We are meant to be entertained. And taking a step back, it seems that our experience of watching The Hunger Games is exactly like that of the Capitol citizens. Sure, the franchise is fictional, and no, the children are not real. I would never deny that watching a pretend Hunger Games is very different from watching a real one. But keep the franchise in mind as we examine real actions we do constantly take. Many of us purchase products made by child laborers, do little for local youth, and live in nations that fund indefensible conflicts that kill thousands of children. We could stop indulging in our consumerism and save lives. It's estimated that it only takes around $5,000 well spent to save someone's life, maybe a child's, but most of us do not. We may not host real child death matches, but if our society both loves fictional ones and is complicit with real deaths, how different are we? The Capitol only goes one step further in combining the two. So not only did we fail to rebel against the imagery of a child slaughter match, but we demanded sequels, prequels, extended interviews, and Funko Pops. The franchise about the commercialization of sadism became the ultimate commercialization of sadism, making the Hunger Games our world's Hunger Games. Whether this makes the franchise self-contradicting schlock or brilliant meta-narrative is not a question I can definitively answer, but it certainly makes the Hunger Games unique. It is a rare piece of art that proves its themes through its own existence. Do people enjoy watching children die? Well, just look at the long lines for the movie. Now, in pointing this out, I don't mean to paint the Hunger Games as a unique evil. One needs to only scroll for a few minutes through social media to see grisly deaths of both children and adults alike, from accounts like "whoops, that's a death" or "fuck around and find out." It is no secret that people are drawn to this stuff. Beyond just internet culture exists the Darwin Awards, a series of books that, I quote, commemorate individuals who protect our gene pool by making the ultimate sacrifice. In 2011, one commemorated victim was a real 16-year-old boy. He died of electrocution. Now, people could find this funny because they convinced themselves that these people deserved it, that they were immoral, or that they were annoying, or that they were stupid, that they fucked around and found out. The audience is comfortable watching career tributes die, the Capitol is comfortable watching district children die, and ex-users are comfortable watching idiots die, because the masses love death, so long as they can tell themselves that the victim had it coming. If we spin a tragedy into a narrative, then humanity can enjoy it, real or fictional, and it seems that this dismal fact applies equally to children. The end of the Hunger Games trilogy leaves us with what we ought to do with this truth. After the districts successfully rebel against the Capitol, President Coin proposes a new Hunger Games in place of the old one where Capitol kids kill each other instead of district kids. Katniss recognizes the sadism for what it is and kills Coin, revolting not just against her enemies, but the cruelty that underlies humanity of all ideologies. We need to fight sadism, we need to stop commercializing violence, we need to stop accepting cruelty when it's convenient, and we need to stop enjoying the Hunger Games. But we are failing to do this. So no, we are not like the stadium in Spielberg's AI. Or maybe we are. If you pay closer attention to the scene, the reason that the crowds rebelled was not because David resembled a child, but because the crowd did not know robots could beg for their lives.
Mecha don't plead for their lives? Who is that?
They thought that David was like them. They didn't know that he was different. Had the crowd known that David was different from them, there's no reason to think that they wouldn't revel in watching him melt. So maybe we are like the crowd in the stadium. Maybe we do fight against cruelty, but only when we can't authorize the victims, only when we can't label them district kids, or robots, or fools who fucked around and found out. So now it seems that I, Spielberg, Suzzane Collins, and perhaps now you are all in agreement. So long as there's some justification, humanity enjoys watching children die.